mean, like there was some tough times, but also there's some stuff that he was really like happy about and then he enjoyed, right? Okay. What were some of the poetic devices that he used? Yeah. Imagery. Where?
Like when he was describing the different situations in his life.
Okay. Definitely. Like all the stories that he told, like he was consistently giving you imagery. You could even just close your eyes at different times and you could literally see what he was saying, right? What was, does anyone else know of any other moments of imagery that he spoke about that just kind of stood out to you? Yeah.
Like he said something about like a jellyfish wrapping around him like he was a candy cane.
Absolutely. The jellyfish wrapping around your leg making it like a candy cane, right? And that's not just imagery, it's also something else too, right?
Yeah.
That's a simile also, right? Yeah, definitely. Right? Okay. What else? Was there any other like moments of imagery that you can think of? How about when he talked about when his grandmother would drop the string with the chicken in the water and bring out a bushel of crabs, right? Or when he talked about the 300 people at the house party. That was another thing. One of the things that gets me every time is because when he talks about the boys riding in the pickup trucks, chewing the tobacco right down the dirt path. Like, I lived that. Like, I'm from a small town, like I told you. So, like, I know that. I've been there, so I can immediately see it in my head. Were there any other poetic devices that y'all picked up on in this poem? Yeah.
There was rhythm.
There was rhythm for sure, right? And speaking to the rhythm, when he was delivering this poem, okay, did he deliver it like an angry speech?
Like empowering.
It was like what?
Empowering speech.
Okay,
You can
like
feel
okay, so there was definitely emotion in there, right? But like it seemed almost like he was having a conversation with you more than anything, right? And he kept saying you a lot too. I mean, he might have been talking to specific people, but it was like it was a conversation, yeah.
It's like a love letter to his experiences.
Absolutely, 100%. That's a great way of putting it. It was presented almost like a love letter or a love conversation with his experience, for sure. All right. So, how did the poem make you feel? Yeah.
Threatened.
Threatened. Why threatened?
I felt like I was being scolded and like how dare you not like cats?
Okay, so they had very strong opinions about how their passion for cats, right? What? Yeah.
Surprise.
Surprised. Why were you surprised?
Because like their tone of voice and like how they describe like different things and the facts they had about that.
Okay, for sure. But let me ask y'all this: like, when the poem first started, did you think it was going to be like a funny poem? Not really. Like the first line is, "I feel like I'm being watched." Like, yeah, right. Like, okay, like, all right. Like you say, you might have felt threatened to begin with, right? The first few lines, like they're coming at it very seriously, right? But as soon as they, talked about at any time I have 5 different cats staring at me, immediately it's like, oh, okay, well, all right, I get you, all right? Why do you think that they did that? Like, why did they start out that way, do you think?
They wanted you to feel a certain way.
Okay, so yeah, they might want to feel a certain way. Yeah.
They wanted to like get your attention or something.
Okay, so they definitely wanted to get your attention initially, right? When is something funny? When you know it's coming, or when you don't know it's coming? When you don't know, right? It's usually when the funniest things. When somebody just says something random, and it's like, what? Right? It just totally throws it off. So that's why they intentionally wanted to start off serious, wanted to start off with this tone of just kind of throwing you off initially. So whenever they made that turn and made it really about, I'm really listening to a poem about cats. Really? 86.4 million cats in the country, and all of them are mine, right? Okay, yeah, and where was the alliteration that you
Meow, meow, meow.
Okay, definitely. And that's also an example of something else too, right? What?
Oh, I was raised with.
Oh,
Onomatopoeia, for sure, definitely, yeah. You had your hand up, yeah. What? Okay, cool. What was yours?
Cats defeated Hitler. It's like an extreme exaggeration.
Absolutely, definitely. And not only is that hyperbole, but it's also an illusion too, right? Was there another illusion in there as well that you picked up on? Like when they talked about how Sir Isaac Newton invented the cat door, right? Yeah, the guy who did the gravity stuff. Yeah, okay. What other, was there any other hyperbole that y'all picked up on? What about when they talked about how, you know why my heart is so strong? Because I love my cat so much, right? What other poetic devices did you hear? Okay, what sense as far as tone? That's all right. That's all right. What about? Did anyone pick up on any personification in it? Yeah.
When cats defeated Hitler.
Okay. What about when they said, like, if cats could write poetry?
Oh.
Right. That's one. Okay. Or whenever they said, when they talked about how cats said that if I just stay small and cute, then I could get adopted and I could get food all day. Are they really going to say that? No. But, you know, hey, it happens, right? With themselves. Isn't that what you kind of got from what they were saying? And they were uncomfortable specifically with their bodies, because obviously that's what they're talking about. But that's an issue that, well, put it this way. Because it was just two guys up there, is that an issue that only guys deal with? That's something that everybody deals with, right? On some level, at some point, like, you struggle with, like, not only like just what you look like, but also several different things about who you are as a person. And so they're just, you know, giving this example of this one thing, but because it was two people up there, you had one guy that's, you know, a bigger guy, one guy that's a smaller guy, and they were talking about the same topic, right? But they were approaching it from opposite sides. So you were able to get both sides, and you were saying they were all over the place. You were able to get both of them talking about the different struggles with the same topic. Alliteration that is like one of my favorites in there because it doubles up on it, and it said that when they said, I want to be Baywatch bearable, broken bottle cup, right? So you got 4 B's all in a row. What about like the imagery? Was there any like points of imagery that you picked up on it? Yeah.
Like they were sweaty after working out.
Okay, yeah, they kept talking about, and not even where it's sweaty, but they talked about like literally drowning their insecurities in the sweat, right? What else?
Oh, I could see them like trying to persevere, getting over the bar.
Okay, so that's one thing I want to absolutely point out. They not only gave imagery through their words, but they also were using their bodies to give the imagery to you as well, right? So when they talked about running in slow motion down the beach, they didn't just say it, they were doing it, right? They were walking down the catwalk, right? They were doing the push-ups, the pull-ups, the pushing the weight up, like they were doing all that. They had all these different coordinated movements. Yeah, they had all these different coordinated movements that were different than what the girls did, right? Like the girls really didn't have any coordinated movements. They were just excited. But these guys actually had stuff to put together to make you really, like to give you the physical representation of what they were saying so you could really understand the struggle. Yes?
I could like see when he was like saying, I'll be wearing like a hoodie, my friend will be wearing like tank top.
Okay, for sure. And again, that gives you some kind of reference of understanding of like, not only like the physical part, but also understanding like how he was trying to hide certain parts of it, right? Absolutely.